Okay, it's time at this point to calibrate your servos. All right, when you send that stay still signal to it, they should not be moving. So what we want to do is we want to bring up our stay still program, okay, which is going to be right here. And let's go ahead, and you've got everything plugged in. Go ahead and plug in the battery pack. Keep the switch on 0, the power switch on 0 when you first download. And let's go ahead and download that. And you kind of know it's running by bringing up the serial monitors. Okay, so now it sent the signal, and then it said just sent signal, so that means that it got through it. What I want you to do now is go ahead and come over to your board, and when you turn on, notice first of all, notice that the LEDs are dim. The reason that they're dim is because you're sending this really fast signal to the servos, and it's not enough to turn it on all the way or turn it off all the way. It's kind of like right in the middle, so you'll see that they're dim, and this is good because it tells us that the signal's being sent. If you ever see that LED not dim, then that means that your PWM signal is not being sent. When I turn this switch over to position 2, it's going to allow the batteries to generate or to power the servos. We want to power the servos with the battery because, let me move this so you can see a little bit better. You want to have the batteries power the servo because the servos take a lot more current than the USB cable can provide. Okay, so here I go, and I'm ready to turn this on. And one of them is spinning and one of them is not. And it's like, okay, it shouldn't be spinning. So what I got to do is I got to calibrate it. So I'm going to take this Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm actually going to stick it into this little screw, or this hole in here, and I'm going to adjust it ever so slightly to get it to the stop position. Okay, and you kind of play around with where it needs to be, and it's really subtle. You just want to have it in the position where it's not moving and it's not vibrating. So it's not moving right there, but it's clicking, it's vibrating. So I just got a tiny bit more, and I'm good to go. Be very gentle with it, because you can if you're too rough with the screwdriver, you can actually break that little, they call it a potentiometer. It's a resistor that you can change the value of when you actually turn the screwdriver. Okay, so at this point, I didn't need to calibrate that one. It was fine. I can go in there and kind of make sure that it's alive. But yeah, I can mess around with it and get it back to staying still. And there you go. Okay, so at this point, things are great because I have my 2 servos, and I have my battery pack, and I'm sending signals to them to stay still. So at this point, what you should do is calibrate your servos. Send that stay still program that you wrote down to the Arduino. Go ahead and power them by moving to position 2 on the power switch on the BOE board, and then go ahead and use the Phillips head screwdriver to calibrate so that they're not moving. So go ahead and pause the video and do that.